We are heading into a bit warmer weather into the weekend. Low 90s is what they're telling me. But tomorrow night, those winds are going to kick up. We'll have a breezy day tomorrow, but they're telling me nighttime winds tomorrow 25 to 35 miles an hour, which is going to be stronger in and below canyons and passes. And as I've said, you might have your patio furniture out because the weather has been so fantastic. But now you're going to want to bring it in because otherwise it's showing up in your neighbor's yard and his pool, clogging his filter, and I don't know if he has insurance for that. Speaking of insurance, in the studio with me right now, I have a gentleman, Bryan Kehl, who's here he's going to be part of the KHTS Home and Garden Show. Now, the Home and Garden Show, you might want to mark your calendar because it's 170 days, 18 hours, 19 minutes, and 12 seconds away. This is taking place, again, coming up in April, so mark your calendars for this. But one of the gentlemen joining us, he is here with Kehl Insurance Services. You can always find out more about going to, now I'm going to spell it. It sounds like the salad, my favorite salad, but it's KEHL, KehLinsurance.com. You can also call them at 855-866 Kehl, KEHL, or 5345. Hello, Mr. Kehl, how are you?
Hi, T-Cats, how are you?
I am fine. So you're going to come and be part of the Home and Garden Show, which is always very fun. I always love being at the Home and Garden Show. And you're going to let people know a little bit about Kehl Insurance Services. So
correct, yeah. It's a home and garden show, so I figured home insurance kind of fits right in there as well. It's our first time doing this venue. We've done other home shows, but I figured it's important to kind of let people know what services we provide. And we're going to actually rep the Hartford's AARP insurance product line. We're an agency that's authorized to offer that product, and it's actually priced very well if you're over 50. It offers some great perks in the auto insurance program side of things. It gives you free rental car, no deductible windshield repairs, a lot of add-ons for the AARP members, so that's fantastic.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and obviously the discounts when you bundle with the auto and home together, you get a great 20% discount on top of that. So it's very hard to compete with in itself. So that's the product we're repping, but as an independent agency, we do sell about 60 insurance markets at present. And I came on today, I figured I'd talk about flood insurance a little bit and earthquake insurance.
Flood insurance. Yeah, we have El Nino. I've been watching the weather. I keep seeing all the different reports, and flood is not always something we think about, especially because we've been in a multi-year drought. Dry. Nobody thinks flood, but flood insurance is important?
Very important, actually, yeah. In the past 5 years, actually all 50 states have experienced floods. And actually 20% of all national flood insurance claims are filed by those that are outside of high-risk flood zones. So it's actually very important to think about for everybody, especially with the El Nino coming. And not only that, the rates start at $430 a year if you're in a preferred area. And they do go up from there, but it's not as expensive as everybody thinks. It's not
as bad as I thought it would be. And
right?
It's so worth it if something comes along and happens. You're going to wish you had that insurance.
Absolutely. You can find more information on it at National Flood Service online. But the only thing to note as well, that the moment we take a payment on a flood insurance policy, there is a 30-day waiting period for coverage to go into effect. So you don't want to wait until a big storm's coming or something like that before you pull the trigger on flood insurance. It's something to look at now for sure.
Get in and get her done.
Exactly.
All right.
Now under earthquake insurance. So that's another one that a lot of Californians.
Oh, yes. And they keep showing that, if you scroll through any social media, a little thing will pop up and go, oh, major earthquake expected in the next 2 years. Like there's a countdown, like they kind of know. But another thing that we should be prepared for, we live in California. It's not if, it's when.
It's when, yeah. And I mean, you do read things that say there's a 99% chance. I don't know where they get those numbers from, but the truth is it will come.
I'm hoping.
Yeah, 99% chance in what period of time, that I don't know. But what a lot of people don't know as consumers is there's a lot of different earthquake insurance options. So there is the state, the California Earthquake Authority program, which a lot of the major providers are contracted with. Outside of CEA, there is a half a dozen companies that come to the top of my mind, and they do offer what they call a la carte pricing. So you don't necessarily have to carry your personal property if you're not concerned with that. You can carry just dwelling coverage if you want, and that'll bring the cost down substantially. So you can do deductibles ranging from 5% to 25%, so you can really fine-tune it to be within the budget that you're looking for and still carry the adequate protection for your home. So it's definitely something worth considering here in California.
And Kehl Insurance, you guys do everything. You don't just do personal insurance. You do everything.
Yeah, our focus is personal lines, so we do auto, home, umbrella, boat, that sort of thing. We don't do health or life insurance, and we do also business insurance. Our focus with the business, a little, focus in commercial buildings right now, but personal lines is really our bread and butter, and that's where we focus.
But like for families, there's auto insurance, homeowners, motorcycle, boat, watercraft. Again, the flood insurance, which is going to become so critical, whether we want to believe it or not, it's something we really should do. Renters insurance, recreational vehicle insurance, jewelry floaters. What is that? Jewelry floaters?
So they're like personal articles floaters. They're add-ons to the homeowner's policy.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, if they don't realize that a typical homeowner's policy only gives you $1,500 in jewelry coverage. So a personal article floater is just an add-on to that to give you adequate coverage for your jewelry for what the actual value is.
Okay, very smart.
Yeah, they're very inexpensive for the money as well. It's worth talking about.
And you guys do condominium insurance? I didn't even think about that. I always thought, oh, that's covered by wherever you live. But no, you should have condo insurance?
No, so the condo insurance is actually a walls-in type policy.
Okay.
So your master policy through the HOA does provide structural coverage for the exterior. It does not cover inside. So furniture, walls, flooring, appliances, that sort of thing.
Wow, it had never occurred to me.
Yeah.
Wow, it's the things you really should have coverage for.
Just in renters insurance, kind of along the same lines. Obviously, as a renter, more and more apartments are requiring that you carry renters insurance. I mean, the pricing is nominal. It's $125 a year starting usually, and that does give you about $50,000 in personal property coverage with a $500 deductible. So, and some personal liability comes with it as well. So it's definitely worth looking at.
Definitely worth looking at.
Yeah.
All right, so flood and earthquake, and then, I always say that here in Southern California, especially in the Santa Clarita Valley, we have 4 seasons, and we don't typically go by, winter, spring, summer, and fall. We have flood, mud, fire, and earthquake.
Yeah, I was going to say one season, but yeah, that sounds
No,
about right.
flood, mud, fire, and earthquake. And the idea that you guys are there to kind of help us get through
Right.
each one of those, because it's a matter of when, because and being covered like that. Again, it's Kehl Insurance. I'm talking with Bryan Kehl. It's spelled Kehl. You can find them at Kehl Insurance Services. KEHLinsurance.com is their website. Their number is 855-866-5345, and that 5345 stands for Kehl, Kehl. Bryan, thank you so much for stopping by and seeing us, and we look forward to seeing you at the AM 1220 KHTS Home and Garden Show coming Saturday, April 16th and Sunday, April 17th. So please do mark your calendar, and thank you so much for being a part of it. I think you'll have a good time. And
we're looking forward to the show for sure. It was great to meet you.
I'm sure people will be happy to meet you too.